Greetings, you sinuous vermin. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham, and welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. Tell your friends, follow the channel. What am I pointing at? Who knows? Anyway, hey. Hello. Today, we are opening a pack of Conspiracy. Watch the Throne. I'm sorry, Take the Crown. And this was given to us by Conmilt2. I think it's C-O-N-M, I'm very confident on, and then I think it's a Y, and an L, or it could be a slash, Conmilt2, and definitely a numeral 2 at the end, could be a +2. I think one of us wrote this, so I'm kind of blaming us, but anyway, let's open this up and see what's inside it. Thank you, whoever you are, and I'm sorry for mispronouncing and possibly miswriting your name, although I'm definitely apologizing for that on someone else's behalf, because this is not my writing. Anyway, into it we go. Kiln Fiend is back. 1 and a red for a 1/2 elemental beast. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Kiln Fiend gets +3/+0 until end of turn. Love a good Kiln Friend. Been a fan ever since OG Zendikar. Nice to have you around. Altar's Reap is 1 and a black for an instant. As an additional cost to cast Altar's Reap, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. It's bad now. They printed Village Rights, and now this is bad. Sorry, I don't make the rules or the cards, or the rules about the cards. I don't make a lot, to be honest. I make content on the internet, some of which involves opening Magic cards. Let's move on. Negate. Yeah, let's negate all of that. 1 and a blue for an instant. Counter target non-creature spell. It's negate. Yeah. Sometimes you wanted to have something like that in a Conspiracy game. A reminder, Conspiracy and Conspiracy Take the Crown, which I persist in referring to as Watch the Throne because it amuses only me, was a draft. You did a normal 8-person draft, and then instead of doing like 1v1 games until you sort of determine a winner, you would split into 2 4-player pods and play 2 4-player free-for-all games. I imagine a lot of you know that, but for reference, for those who don't, that's how Conspiracy is played. So there's a lot of cards here that would have different effects and different use cases, shall we say, than perhaps you were otherwise used to. I mean, negate still does what negate does, but you kind of liked having a negate in a format like this because you never knew what people were going to do. Next, though, Ember Beast. 2 and a red for a 3/4 beast, and it can't attack or block alone. Meaning you got to attack or block with another creature as well. Doesn't have to be the same creature that it blocks. On blocks, you could say this creature is blocking that creature and Ember Beast blocks this creature. That works, but Ember Beast is useless on its own. Don't tell the Ember Beast I said that. I would never say that to the Ember Beast's face. Ballot Broker is 2 and a white for a 2/3 human advisor that says, while voting, you may vote an additional time, which is illegal. And also only relevant in Conspiracy, so I'm kind of not predicting that this card is worth very much money. The votes can be for different choices or for the same choice. God, different choices just for the chaos play. Actually, it might be good for, breaking up a majority if it's like you want to spread the votes around so that something doesn't succeed. That could work. Voting was a mechanic you may have inferred from that discussion. Lieutenants of the Guard, 4 and a white for a 2/2 human soldier, 5 mana for a 2/2. Let's keep reading. It's a dilemma. The Council's dilemma, specifically. When Lieutenants of the Guard enters the battlefield, starting with you, each player votes for strength or numbers. Put a +1/+1 counter on Lieutenants of the Guard for each strength vote, and put a 1/1 white soldier creature token onto the battlefield for each numbers vote. Okay, that's actually super awesome for 5 mana. And if you have a Ballot Broker around, then you get to make 2 votes. Pretty cool. Deputized Protester is 2 and a red for a 2/1 human warrior with Menace and Melee, the M&M. So Menace, we know, I should think, can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Melee, which actually just came back in some cards in the Crimson Vow commander decks, and other times too, but melee says, whenever this creature attacks, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attacked with a creature this combat. If there's 4 of us and I attack you, this gets +1/+1. But if I attack you with Deputized Protester and send another creature at another opponent, Deputized Protester gets +2/+2. And so on. I'll let you figure out the rest of that graph. Wings of the Guard is a really angry looking falcon wearing a silly hat. Someone forgot to take they cut eye holes in like the falcon hat. You know those really adorable hats that falcons, anyway. 1 and a white for a 1/1 bird with flying and melee, like I just said. Very cool. I would think that they would work well together, those two. Bronze Sable, 2 mana artifact creature Sable. It's a 2/1. It has flavor text from the Theriad on it, and I think it's still the only Sable in Magic. I don't know why it exists. I'm here for it. It's very good Sable. I just don't know why there's only one of them. Fangs of the Pack is our first uncommon. 5 and a green for a 5/3 wolf with melee. A lot of melee so far. And it says, at the beginning of combat on your turn, another target creature you control gains melee until end of turn. Okay, that's very cool. You can attack with this and that other creature in 2 different directions, and they each get +2/+2. Or, I'm pretty sure it's additive, that you could give this to, say, Wings of the Guard, and that bird would get double melee. I don't know if that's true, but I've just decided that it should be. I think it's true. I think that's correct. I think. Anyway, Noble Banneret, 2 white for a 3/3 human knight, with a funky art treatment on the border, which immediately tells me something is up. Ah yes, draft Noble Banneret face up. Interesting. As you draft a creature card, you may reveal it, note its name, then turn Noble Banneret face down. As long as you control 1 or more creatures with a name you noted for cards named Noble Banneret and those creatures get +1/+1 and have lifelink. So you draft Noble Banneret and you go, I've got this Noble Banneret. Then later on, you draft Wings of the Guard, I guess, and you say, Wings of the Guard, by the way, and you write that down, and then you turn them both face down and you go by the rest of your draft. Trust me, people will forget. Then, when Noble Banneret is in play, at the same time as the Wings of the Guard, then both the creatures get +1/+1 and lifelink. Cool. That was for my benefit. That wasn't me explaining anything to you. That was me talking through all of it for my own understanding. I quite liked the conspiracy. Conspiracy 3. Give us Conspiracy 3 is a demand that I'm making. Please give us Conspiracy 3. I am politely requesting. Because the playing around with the drafting portion was really cool. But more importantly, I just liked the 8-person draft going into 2 4-player pods. That was very neat. Haven Ghoul Vampire is our last uncommon, I think? Yes. 3 and a red for a 2/2 vampire. Whenever Haven Ghoul Vampire deals combat damage to player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever another creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Haven Ghoul Vampire. Just gets bigger when stuff happens. And we have our rare and a foil and a conspiracy. So let's go through them in that order. Our rare is Recruiter of the Guard. 2 and white for a 1/1 human soldier. When Recruiter of the Guard enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature with toughness 2 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Well, that seems spicy. Also, you know what's funny is you could go searching for the Lieutenants of the Guard with this, because on the card they're only a 2/2 and they only get bigger after you do all that voting. Recruiter of the Guard's got to be relevant in some other formats outside of Conspiracy, I think. Our foil is Murder. 1 black instant destroy creature. Everyone likes murder. Wait. Yeah, you know what? I'll stick with that. Cool. Foil Murder. And our conspiracy, as a reminder, conspiracies they're cards you draft. They don't go in your deck. They just do things in the game. Some of them are secrets, so you have them face down and then you get to flip them up at a relevant part of the game and things happen. Anyway, this one is indeed a hidden agenda. It's called Incendiary Descent. So Hidden Agenda says, start the game with the conspiracy face down in the command zone and secretly name a card. You may turn this conspiracy face up any time and reveal the chosen name. And it says, creatures you control with the chosen name have red, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So you can just give any creature fire breathing. So you draft your deck, you're building your deck, and then you're like, all right, well, I've got 3 Wings of the Guard. All right, I'm gonna have Wings of the Guard. Put that down. Then, and it says you can reveal it any time. So you're like, all right, I attack with all these things. And they're like, all right, cool, take it. And you go, haha, they all have fire breathing. That's the sound effect they make. And then you get to, yeah. And then you get them. Seems pretty cool. Also, a soldier token. Well, gosh, it's been so long since I played Conspiracy. I don't know what I would take here first. I mean, it's probably Recruiter of the Guard, just because it's a powerful effect, or Murder, because it's a reliable effect. There's a lot of very cool stuff here, actually, but probably one of those. The Recruiter also happens to be the value pick as well, because the pack overall is worth approximately $28, and Recruiter of the Guard is approximately $27 of that. Something in my head was like, this card's good in other formats, isn't it? And the answer is yes. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take Recruiter of the Guard there. This has got to be one of the best cards you could possibly open in a Conspiracy pack. So hey, thanks very much. Comilt2. I'm so sorry, friend. I don't know what username that is supposed to be, but I appreciate you sending us this pack, or giving us this pack. So thank you very much. If you want to send or give us a pack, no obligation, but you can do at our P.O. Box, the address for which you see here. And a reminder that everything that we do is brought to you by you, and our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Really appreciate it. Lets us do all the stuff. And thanks. I've been Graham. James has been sitting here. Shoutouts to Matt for the edit, and thank you all for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.